What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's live stream. As you could freaking see, Bitcoin is pumping. I'm not sure if we made it new all-time highs. We haven't. I think all-time high is $73,000, but we will be getting there soon. And I almost feel like a wizard. I mean, we were literally talking about this yesterday, right? We were just talking about how we were expecting a massive week ahead of us, and we're seeing a lot of the freaking meme tokens freaking pump right now, man. So super excited to be here on today's live stream. Hope the audio is pretty good. Let me know down below. I think audio should be good, but welcome everybody that will be joining me in a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing this with the community, but give me 1 second as I pull it out on my mobile device to go ahead and be able to read the comments. So let's go ahead and start sharing this with the community. What's up, Ryan, my guy? Long time no see, bro. Glad to see you here today. How's it going, Happy? What's up, Dab Master? Great to see you here, guys. That was quick. I like that. We're going to go ahead and talk about the market today and a few tokens I also have in mind. You know, we've been talking about the whole political meme coins this season, how it was going to be very massive. And we're seeing a nice little pump on the meme tokens today. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that today. And by the way, I got a new partnership with a new exchange. It's KSect. So as you can see, we are offering some sign-up bonuses. So definitely go ahead and use my link down below. I have it on Twitter right now, so go ahead and check that out. But I will go ahead and put it down in the description at the end of this video. So you might be able to get it pre-recorded. But with that being said, yeah, I've been dabbling around with this exchange. Made a couple bucks today, nothing too crazy. I think I made about like 200 for the day today, so something light. I was about to, end it with 400 bucks, but I ended up, I don't want to say I ended up getting a little too greedy because I thought it was going to pump a little bit higher. But I ended up putting a stop loss. I was actually trading Bitcoin today and Pepe. I'm not sure if I actually share that on Twitter. Did I share that on Twitter? Oh, snap. What the heck is going on with my Twitter, man? Dude, I forgot what I was doing. Literally, I forgot what I was doing. The rumors are the ETH ETF will be approved this week or next. The whole fam is here. We just need Vernon. Yeah, dude, Vernon, it's like old days, man. It's freaking exciting. So yeah, I was gonna show you guys something. Oh yeah, this right here. So I did close BTC long today. I was longing it today. 98x, 128%. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me literally these last couple months on my old channel about how I was going to go ahead and be doing a how to leverage trade video. That is definitely something I'm going to be working on. I also need to go ahead and work on a what is the other video I got to work on today too as well. I'm probably not going to be able to get it done today, honestly. I have so much work I have to go ahead and catch up on. Jones, that's what I'm going to make a video on. I'm going to make a video on Jones too. But the good thing is, while we're waiting, is that now we're seeing the market slightly start to pick up, right? But yes, this is actually quite interesting that you brought that, Dab Master. So it says right here, this is, they're probably just saying this just to kind of like shake the market up. Ether ETS filing processes erupt progress, though approval not guaranteed. They just say that just to, shake up the market, whatever. The exchanges that want to list and trade shares of spot Ether exchange traded funds asked by regulators to update key filings related to these products. Exchanges are being asked to update 19B4 filings on an accelerated basis by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. 3 people familiar with the situation told CoinDesk, suggesting that they may be moving to approve these applications ahead of a key deadline this Thursday. This doesn't mean the ETS will be authorized, though. Would be issuers also need their S1 applications approved before the products could begin trading. SEC could take an amount of time to approve the S1 documents. One person familiar with the matter said it isn't tied to a deadline. So I guess we have this week, Thursday, that there's a high probability they're going to get approved. They're saying it's not guaranteed because they don't want to go ahead and like bring up some hype. But I mean, more than likely, we did talk about how they were pushing for an Ether ETF coming in July, right? So it just so happens to be around DeFi summer. So this is going to be a freaking fun summer, man. I can't freaking wait. I'm excited because not only do we make money during these times, but we also have the market pumping, which is actually more interesting and more exciting to actually go on here. I know these last couple of weeks, you know, we've been talking about $85,000 Bitcoin, and I'm sure a lot of you probably started to lose some hope, but we're seeing a lot of the memes right now, as you can see, just on Ether right here. A lot of these tokens just freaking pumping. The one that kind of took a little breather is actually Solana. Solana's tokens are not doing too well. Particularly freaking Crody, bro. This shit's pissing me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I just have to be patient. I mean, the volume's not there. I don't know what's going on with Crody. Obviously, people are always dumping right away, right? So I am expecting a breakout very soon on Crody. I'm still holding on to a decent position on this, and I do expect this to run up alongside with a lot of these tokens right now. We did talk about Jones, about the whole entire political narrative going on moving forward this year. And we are seeing a lot of the political tokens also pump right now, right? So we are going to be seeing those reversals coming very soon. But I feel like Solana is slightly slacking behind because we did see that run up about 2 to 3 weeks ago when we had Crody run up from crazy market caps. We saw AMC and GME run up like crazy. We've been seeing Ponky just freaking making new all-time highs. So I think that's kind of the reason why we are seeing a delay in, you know, in volatility in Solana, because Solana has been having a lot of crazy run-ups already these last couple of weeks as everything was literally just dry. One good thing to say though, it's Base. Dude, look at Base, man. This is something I haven't seen in Base in literally weeks. Like, it's literally been over 3 weeks that I haven't seen Base like this, or at least that's what it feels like. I could be wrong. I don't know the last time we touched on Base, but I don't think these last couple live streams we've been talking about Base that much. And you know, I'm so big on Base, and I'm a big believer in Base, and I'm just like, you know what? The attention is Solana meme tokens, and I believe Solana meme tokens is the move right now. But as we can see, we are finally now having that nice little recovery on a Base token. We see Andy up over 21% at 18 million market cap. I really hope these don't take off, guys, because these are already at these levels. Remember when we talked about, I think it was literally 2 days ago, I told all of you, trust me, this week is going to be that week. While we've been waiting patiently these last couple months, these last couple weeks, patiently in the red of sideways action, and we are finally going to be rewarded, right? I was literally talking about this not that long ago. It could have been Sunday. I don't remember, honestly. Wait, Sunday was yesterday. I don't know. I think it was Friday that I talked about this. But regardless of the fact, I mentioned how we were finally going to be getting rewarded due to the fact that we've been waiting for such a long time of sideways action, right? So I'm crossing my fingers, bro, that it doesn't pump and take off. I have a feeling it is going to take off this week, and I would be disappointed because I don't get paid till I think next week, or actually, yeah, I don't think I get paid till this week or to the end of that next week. So I still have about a week before I get paid, and I'm going to be very disappointed because I really wanted to. My goal was to load up on a few tokens. Andy, loading up on Andy again. I already have a decent bag on that, but I definitely wanted to buy that dip. Same thing with Benny. I definitely wanted to add a bag to that. And most specifically, I wanted to add a bag to AMC and GME at the time. Like literally a few weeks ago before the takeoff, I was talking about how I was planning on throwing about $500 on AMC and GME at its bottom because it was already down 99%. And I told a lot of you that was going to be like my little moon bag just in case, like my YOLO play. And that thing took off, right? So I have a feeling we might have one of these weeks today where everything just starts to take off, right? So not financial advice, but friend of friend, I would just say dollar cost average if you have the powder on the side. Right now, the only thing I am doing is trading. As I mentioned, I am doing a little leverage trading these last, actually just today I actually started leverage trading, which I might actually put a tray on this because Pepe's actually looking pretty nice, guys. We're going to have to do some TA, but I think this is doing a cup and handle pattern. I'm going to have to probably enter a trade. I'm going to wait because I don't want to get wrecked like I usually always do when I live stream. But let me go ahead and read into the comments. I'm glad to have all of you here today. Huge partnership, Turbo, MMG. Verdon, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, Jones will do really well. I agree. MMG, 2, GameFi, or Turbo. So let's go ahead and check those tokens out, guys, since, you know, I haven't seen any of you guys in a while. I haven't seen Ryan in forever. So let's go ahead and start off with the meme tokens. Not what we typically do, right? We typically always start off with Bitcoin TA, but I haven't seen Ryan in forever, man. So let's go ahead and see what Ryan's showing us. 92 million market cap. Man, this is insane. I think I remember you telling us about this for a while. The Turbo token. Yeah, I do remember this. I think I do, dude. I don't know why, but it looks so familiar. I know it has something to do with AI. Yeah, you're probably telling us about Turbos is back over here. I wouldn't be surprised. Have you, Brian? Have you been telling us about Turbos is back over here at the bottom? It's a nice little return, 9x. It's pretty good. Turbo's looking really, really nice. Let's go ahead and look at MMG. I know Meta mini games has been doing a lot, man. They've been doing a lot of big changes. So it looks like they have actually come from a massive retracement, but they literally did a 10x not that long ago. So they were up towards $1 million market cap now with an 80% retracement. So it could be, you know, a lot of these tokens, we talked about how a lot of these tokens are actually getting ready to have this massive reversal very soon. So not MMG is not the only token that has been in this kind of zone where it consolidates. We're also seeing this thing with Crody. We're also seeing AMC and GME break out of this pattern not that long ago, literally the last couple days ago. So this is a very, very common pattern that we see with a lot of these meme tokens and altcoins, where they stay within a range like this, and out of nowhere they just have that super massive pump. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We definitely do have 348 holders. Light little volume on that, but I know they are in multiple blockchains, so I don't know how the other blockchains are doing, but I know they've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Holders are going to be rewarded if you're a holder of Turbo and MMG. How are they rewarded? Clumsy Pepe. Nice. Can I play any of these games? Dude, I could. Ah, snap. Alright, let's see how far we can go. This is so fun, man. Oops. We'll talk about some TA, guys. We're like trying out the games, right? Because that's what we gotta do. We gotta see these games are actually functional. So that's freaking fun, man. I like that. That was fun. Let's see what other games they have. Pac-Man. That's like my favorite, man. I like Pac-Man. This is actually pretty good. This is very neat. I remember these last, like a while ago, we were watching them. They didn't have any of this, man. So it's good to see all these changes that they have been doing. Like, this is freaking sick. I like this a lot. Can I play this? Let's see. Oh, I gotta connect to a wallet. Yeah, I'm not in the mood of connecting to a wallet right now. That's really cool. I like that. It's really freaking cool. What is this? So it seems like some of the games you could probably play without a wallet, and some of them you have to connect to a wallet. So this is like a play to earn mechanism, or is this more like a launch pad? They've done a lot of huge changes, man. The website, I remember it looked really crappy, to be honest. And I remember saying, I was like, it just looks really funky. Like, it just looks shady, right? So they've actually done a lot of work, man. I know Ryan has been telling us about meta minigames for freaking months, man. How do you play this? Yeah, he's been telling us about this for a while. Yeah, I don't know how to play this, so I'm gonna stop playing, but that's freaking cool, man. It's good to go ahead and see that the team's actually been working, putting a lot of work behind the scenes, get a high score and receive MMG. That's freaking cool. Really freaking cool. So let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin now. And then we're gonna go ahead and talk about Alex Jones. But let's go ahead and start off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin as we have been talking about, I do believe that $85,000 range will be coming very soon, sooner than expected. I did say these last couple days that I was expecting Bitcoin to have some sort of breakout. It actually happened sooner than expected, right? But it is almost near to where we believed that we were going to get rejected. I thought we were going to get rejected at around 69,000 before going up higher, but we actually got rejected at around 72,000. So I think our next kind of like, I don't want to say our bottom, but our next floor, I guess, would be around, I would say somewhere around the $69,000 range. So we could probably slightly see Bitcoin go down to like 68, but I don't think we'll go any lower than that. We did have over $60 million shorts get liquidated at around, I think it was like 67,777. And we had over 60 million shorts get liquidated. And we talked about that on yesterday's live stream. I think it was, we talked. So now we're having, as you can see, there's still more shorts that are going to be getting liquidated at around the $72,000 range. Let's see where exactly it's at. 72,021. It's going to be over $172 freaking million, bro. Like how do they continue to double down? Like it doesn't make sense. Like who the heck is shorting right here, bro? Like really, I just don't understand it. Like who's shorting? Like this is like straight, like I don't know why anybody would short, man. I mean, everything is looking in our favor, in my opinion. I mean, the DXY did slightly go up today. Hopefully we could get rejected at around this 104.9988. And hopefully see it fall down back here, and that would be the completion of this head and shoulders pattern, and hopefully we fall back down to this range right here. That'd be extremely bullish for us. But what we're also going to be seeing more than likely by the end of the week is the whole entire stock market make new all-time highs, guys. On the daily right now, we are slightly, like literally already above. We've already made new all-time highs with the stock market. So just wait until we have this full-on candle just freaking break out, bro. The markets are going to be going crazy. So this is going to be a massive, massive week for us. A really exciting week. We also did have the president of Iran ended up in a plane crash. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but the market reacted pretty well. I think it's weird, bro, how like he got into a plane crash. I don't know, man. I don't even want to talk about no stuff like that, political stuff. But dude, that is just weird, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's like that's definitely freaking weird. But whatever. It's just he got into a plane crash, bro. Whatever. But anyways, with that being said. Let's go ahead and finish up with Bitcoin. But yeah, Bitcoin's looking very, very good. Nothing has changed. If anything, this has finally given us our confirmation of what we will be seeing. I did talk about this inverse head and shoulders pattern with this following cup and handle pattern that will be going on as well on the 4 hourly. As you can see, we see that inverse head and shoulders, and now we are going to be forming that cup and handle. So we could slightly see Bitcoin go as low as 68,222 and still be bullish. So don't panic if we do go ahead and start to see that reversal. We are currently on the overbought and the over interested area territory, if you want to call it. Doesn't mean we always have to go ahead and get rejected within those zones. As you see, we did hover here for a while, but with that being said, we still have more than plenty enough room for Bitcoin to run up. So I just don't understand the bearishness that comes into this market. I mean, I've been screaming for freaking $85,000 Bitcoin since back over here, guys, since $57,000. And actually, I was screaming for $85,000 and $69,000 Bitcoin since back over here at $39,000. So we've literally been nailing almost every freaking top and bottom, bro. So congratulations if anybody did make any swing trades. By the way, Bitcoin follows a lot of these altcoins. That's why I was trading Pepe. So I actually did want to go ahead and look into a position on Pepe, see if I could enter anything. But let's see on Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it might go ahead and reverse. Let's see Pepe right here. We could go ahead and find a position for Pepe. I feel like Pepe is doing a cup and handle pattern right here, bro. Inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle is going to have that breakout. But the 15-minute chart just doesn't look too good for me. Maybe we could probably see Pepe go down to 11007. So let's go ahead and get an entry into that. Let's go ahead and do it live. I will say slightly. We'll probably get hit at around 11,048. 11,048. So let's go ahead and put a market 11. Oh, nice. Look, 11, 11, 11. 11,048. Let's see if that was a correct amount. 11,048. Yeah, we could probably even go slightly lower. $11,042. Let's go ahead and do 4.2. Nah, you know what? We'll do 4.8 because it's probably not even going to hit it, to be honest. I'm going to do a long limit, and I'm only going to go ahead and put it in about like 26% of my portfolio because this also looks like a head and shoulders pattern. So we don't want to go ahead and get wrecked on that. So we'll go ahead and wait for that, see if it gets filled up. But yeah, so with that being said, let's just go ahead and continue on with the market. So everything's looking very, very bullish. Crypto bubbles, we see the whole entire market reacting very, very well on the daily. We are seeing on the hourly now a little bit of tokens taking a little breather. One of my biggest gains today was Pepe and Bitcoin. I would say if you are looking to leverage trade, consider trading Pepe. I've been quite bullish with Pepe for this like a long time, actually. I don't think if I ever talked about it on stream, but I did want to go ahead and show you guys this on the 4 hourly on Pepe. We did see what I do see right here for Pepe is actually, let's see if I could do another chart because I actually already did TA on Pepe. I think it might have been Binance that I did it on. Yeah, Binance. As you can go ahead and see on Pepe on the 4 hourly, I do see this massive cup and handle pattern right here forming, and with this inverse head and shoulders. So now we have double the confirmation of a bullish reversal. So we are expecting some more upside to Pepe, in my opinion. Right here, we will be seeing over a 129%, which is about a 1.2x. Obviously, if you are leverage trading, that's going to look even more attractive. But I do believe Pepe will be making some very nice gains in the next coming days. Going back on the daily as well, we are seeing the chart look freaking perfect, man. Textbook, literally textbook right here. So Pepe's looking really, really good. I mean, it's going to do the same thing as Bitcoin. Is going to go ahead and slightly drop back down before it actually makes that initial pump to go to the upside, right? So let's go ahead and talk about Solana Sol, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the Solana meme tokens, and we'll go on from there, okay? So let's go ahead and read some comments real quick. So John, are you feeling that your big break is coming because you deserve it all after these months of torture of losing money? Not really, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what you mean. I'm just honestly at this point, bro, I just trade just to have fun. The meme coins might dip short term if BTC, ETH, and Sol run. Yes, 100%. If Solana memes are gonna do massive upside, you need to check out Let's Freaking Go. I honestly think this would be the best meme. Could you look at MIM again? Yeah, 100%. So let's go ahead and talk about Solana first, because Solana is obviously important for the meme tokens initially. So what we are seeing right now in the meme coin sector, as a lot of you seen, is that we're seeing Solana run up, make new all-time highs. Solana finally broke out of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which what we were talking about. We're seeing right here on the daily. Right here with inverse head, let me go ahead and go back. On the daily, we're seeing this inverse head and shoulders pattern finally break out. I like the fact that it's literally almost going to come back down to where we were talking about these last couple days. So we do see this inverse head and shoulders pattern confirmation. Same thing with this cup and handle pattern. So we will be seeing that massive takeoff with Solana as well. We will be seeing over $214 approaching very, very soon. Now, I do like the fact that you guys mentioned that we could be seeing a little bit of red on the meme tokens due to the fact that we're going to be having more activity with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and I completely agree. So technically what usually happens is that as we see Bitcoin make this initial run up with Solana and Ethereum and all these higher cap tokens, we typically see the risk on behavior on these meme tokens slightly go away, right? So we could probably be expecting a lot of these Solana memes not to do much until the next couple days, probably by the end of the week. And if not, by next week is where we will definitely start to see a little bit more action. But as I mentioned, we already saw Solana do its thing 2 weeks ago. So I don't expect Solana meme tokens to run up like crazy this week. There is going to be a few that will, but with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we do go ahead and see the week end really good, and then Solana meme tokens take a hit. And it's actually what we're seeing with Solana meme tokens right now at the moment, right? So the daily is looking very bullish with Solana. I do see, you know, that new all-time high coming sooner than expected. From this bottom to this top, we are about only a 16% pump away from Solana making a new all-time high. So it's looking very solid for Solana. So definitely excited to go ahead and see where Solana goes moving forward. But the good thing is, I guess, and this is what I do want to talk about, is that the good thing, in my opinion, is that we are definitely going to go ahead and take advantage of Solana meme tokens take a dip. And that's a good thing for me, right? Because I definitely do want to go ahead and load up on a few Solana meme tokens. I definitely want to load up on Myro. I did talk about how Myro is definitely one of those plays that I have been considering in the longer term kind of plays when it comes to the market on Myro. I do expect Myro to go ahead and hit $1, which is not that crazy, guys, in the short term. To go ahead and see Myro hit $1, I mean, that's about roughly about a 5x, which is not too bad, right? So Myro, for me, what my goal is, and we're going to go ahead and talk about all the tokens that I have in mind, and I'll give you my little strategy of with what I have in mind to do. But Myro is going to be one of those tokens where because I'm bullish on Solana meme tokens overall, I'm going to go ahead and start loading up on Myro. And my goal would be to go ahead and add as much money as I can, right? I think Myro is going to be that safer play where you throw a couple grand and not have to worry about what your position is doing, because I do believe that Myro, regardless of the fact, by the end of this bull run, it's going to do numbers. So I really do think Myro is probably even going to go above $10 realistically, because keep in mind our circulating supply is at 199 million, so we're not that far away from hitting that 199 million. So that is slightly under about $1 billion. So looking at this alone, and we're not going to go ahead and do too much numbers and math because we'll be here for hours trying to figure this thing out, but just from where we're at right here from this bottom, and if we were to go ahead and see a 20x, we'll go ahead and see where that would take us, right? I think that would take us over freaking over $1 billion. So that'd actually be 40, if I'm not mistaken, is that 40 billion or is that 40 million? No, that's not 40 million, because no, that's not 40 million. That's not 400 million either. So I think that would be 4 billion. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that'd be a 20x would be taking Myro to 4 billion market cap. So that's really possible, right? And really realistic. So even with a 20x, I think, you know, that's a minimum that Myro could be doing, is about a 20x. I don't see it doing no more than that. If anything, probably a 10x, because keep in mind Myro has already run up. But also keep in mind that Myro has a stability already, right? So Myro, in my opinion, is going to be that one token you want to have big, fatter bags. Like if you have a couple grand to throw into this, you know, 10, 20, 30, 50 grand, even I don't know about 100K, but you know, 40 to 50 grand, I think would be like a solid foundation to throw into Myro if you have that capability, because you're not really going to have to worry about it fluctuating too much, right? As I mentioned, worst case scenario, all Myro really does for you this season would be about an additional 10x. So, you know, a 10x out of your 50 to, you know, $10,000 is not going to be too bad of a play, right? So for me, Myro is going to be that one play where I think it's going to be worth being a little bit more risky as far as like putting a bigger bag. With Solana meme tokens, I would never suggest, you know, throwing in no more than a couple $1,000s, to be honest, just because I feel like Solana is a very risk-on project or blockchain to begin with a lot of these meme tokens. But I do think throwing a couple grand into Myro will definitely be a safer plan, right? Like even if you throw in 5 grand and you hit a 20x, that's not going to be life-changing money, but it's definitely going to go ahead and do a nice little decent bag just in case you freaking end up losing on some crazy trades, right? That's going to be what? That's going to take us to about 100,000. So if Myral hits a 20x off of $5,000, that's going to give you about $100,000, right? So that's not that bad of a trade in my opinion, and I think it's more of a safer bet, right? So you can play around with the numbers there, but I would say Myral's a good one. We did talk about the whole entire political tokens. I see one thing I do want to go ahead and tell you guys is that I was actually talking to Dabmaster, I think it was yesterday, a few days ago, and I was like, dude, how do you feel about Joe Biden? And he was like telling me, he's like, dude, I don't know, I think it's kind of already kind of priced in, or it might not do that crazy numbers compared to other tokens such as Alex Jones and all those other tokens that still have not had that volatility yet, right? And I told him, I was like, I definitely agree with you, bro. But one thing that I didn't realize, besides just looking at this pattern, because I was actually looking to trade Joe Biden due to the fact that I recognize this inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, which with this inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, we're always followed with a cup and handle with a breakout, right? So not only is this a bullish pattern, but what I was looking at is the circulating supply. This is circulating supply is at around 690 million market cap. So we're not that far away from hitting the circulating supply, guys. That would take us roughly about 3 to 4x, or actually it would be about, let's just say 4x, right? To go ahead and surpass a 690 million market cap. Obviously it'd be about a 3x, but because we're almost at a 700 million market cap, let's just say 4x, right? All it really needs is a 4x for this to go ahead and go above its circulating supply. And I think that's really, really freaking possible. And one thing that I don't want to say we could compare this exactly to, but one token that we saw do very, very well in the political realm, and I just figured this out. I think it was either today or yesterday, where I was like looking at Joe Biden and I was like, dude, this is definitely a project too that I think it's worth throwing a couple grand in as well. Like the risk is low in my opinion. Obviously, all of this could go ahead and go bad, and we could see this dump back down over here to these levels. But even if we were to go ahead and see it, dump down to this 80 to 90%, in my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen, but it could be possible, right? But chances are it's not going to happen. And also, you could just wait for confirmation. So you can wait for that breakout confirmation before throwing money, which is always suggested to do. But with that being said, look at the stats that we have right here for Joe Biden, right? We have over $6.70 million in 24-hour volume. So they're doing numbers in volume, guys. There's obviously a lot of people trading this back and forth. And when you're looking for these meme tokens, you always want to go ahead and have very, very high volume, in my opinion, because that's what gets the ball rolling very quickly with the Solana meme tokens, right? So we have a decent amount of holders. Volume's very, very nice. As I mentioned, the circulating supply is already about to be topped off with only a need to 4x. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. Liquidity at almost about $4 million of liquidity. So everything is looking pretty good. Obviously, I haven't looked into the holder count, so it could be, or the wallets and the smart contracts, so it could be something else. But with just the basic information that I just pretty much just ran over, I do want to go ahead and show you, and this is nothing related to this, right? And this is a Trump token on ETH. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because the Trump token on ETH, back in December, when this thing was at under 10 cents, I was literally talking about Trump over here, and I didn't expect this massive breakout to happen right away, right? So I really regret not being able to position myself in Trump. But even with Trump alone, this thing's also doing a cup and handle pattern with an inverse head and shoulders. So a lot of these tokens, I know it's very repetitive, but a lot of these tokens are literally doing the same exact thing with a lot of these altcoins and meme tokens, right? So we could be expecting a massive run up with a lot of these tokens running up at around the same freaking time, and that would be pushing us with the price target of Trump being at around $19, which is not too freaking attractive, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because the real money should have been made at 20 cents, which I completely forgot about this token, and then I'm like, oh snap, look, it's up again. So that would only take us about an 80% pump. So it's not that, we're not that far away from hitting about 20 bucks on Trump. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because their circulating supply is at around 46 million, right? So look at their freaking market cap. Is at 360 million with 8 million market cap. So liquidity. So, and their volume is not as crazy as compared to Joe Biden. I'm assuming that's probably because this is ETH, and most people hold on to most of their ETH tokens, is what I realize, as compared to trading them back and forth. But even their holder count, I think Joe Bowden has a little bit more. But regardless of their holder count with Joe Bowden, they do have about $40,000 in total. We don't know how much of that was actually airdropped, so we're not going to go ahead and consider that too much. But regardless of the fact, I think their volume is looking very, very good. Their circulating supply is very good too. So I think this one is also a token that we could go ahead and see Joe Bowden probably hit around $10, guys. Anywhere between $5 to $10 would be my price target for Joe Bowden on Solana. So I am going to be looking at loading up on this one too. I think this one's going to be worth loading up a couple grand as well. Not too crazy. I would keep it under 5,000. Honestly, I would say no more than 5,000 on this. I think if you want to get riskier, go for it, but I would keep it under 5 grand for this one. Myro, you could go a little bit more crazier on that. The other one that I was looking at, and we talked about this a while ago, was Solana. I think it was probably Vernon that brought it up to us a while back, back over here during these times. But Solana also did already have this massive breakout to the upside back in June. So this thing already did take off, and it already did over 90x, right? So this thing has already retraced, and that's usually what I like with these tokens. When these tokens have already dumped over 80 to 90% is what I start to find attractive, right? So another thing with Solana, I'm just looking at the charts, guys. I know a lot of you kind of get on me and bash on me because of the community, or the Twitter's not working, or something going on, and I'm like, dude, I really don't care. Like, I'm just looking at the charts. The charts are what's giving me the data and making my decision, right? I don't care if their Telegram's banned. I don't care about their Twitter. I don't care what influencer's promoting what token. I don't care. If the charts make sense to me and the meme's sort of memeable and the stats make sense, then I think it's worth an investment, right? So this is another example right here, Solana. We were talking about this, a while ago already. I really like the name of Solana. I thought that was really, really neat. With that being said, this is also getting ready for a breakout as well. We're not that far away. We're probably only about 80% from this breakout coming out. So you could go ahead and wait for this breakout, but as I mentioned, a lot of these tokens are going to be doing this very similar breakout structure in the next coming days, right? So we are seeing this massive V-shape or U-shape recovery that we're seeing, similar to what we saw with AMC and GME. And talking about GME and AMC, I also think this thing's also getting ready to have another blast off as well. We do see right here, we are following this major cup and handle pattern as well, right? So I do think GME and AMC is also going to be having that massive breakout very soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Right now, I think they already had their little run up, so I do expect a lot of volatility and a lot of people getting shaken out a lot quicker on AMC and GME. But I do think that AMC and GME is going to be worth one of those tokens that are worth just trading them back and forth, guys. Don't freaking hold this to the moon. I think GME and AMC are super, super risky. But I do think that we already missed out. If you weren't buying the bottom right here, guys, it's kind of over. Your best bet is just swing trading AMC and GME and any Solana token that's going to be coming in with a hype, right? So for me, GME AMC is going to be one of those trades where I would rather go ahead and get in and get out. I don't care if it's a 1x. I don't care if it's a half of X, a 50%, 60% pump, a 30% pump. I'm just making my trades on AMC and GME would be your best bet, alongside with Crody. Crody is also one of those that honestly has been very, very disappointing for me. I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and lie to you, but there's a lot of manipulation going on, obviously, with this token, and it's really starting to want to shake people out, right? So I do expect a massive breakout with Crody as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a massive Crody, breakout where we just see this massive freaking pump. But Crody has literally been playing games, guys. Like, literally, this thing has been taking its sweet ass freaking time to go ahead and do what it wants to do. We've entered back over here at the bottom at around 3 million market cap, and we have been dollar cost averaging all the way into this position. So we are slightly a little positioned in that in that we are slightly, set up on that position for Crody, but we are still at some very critical areas, right? So one thing that I did find very, very interesting is at the POC, the fixed range indicator on the point of control, we do see this indicator indicates where most of the volume, it could act as a resistance or a support, and we do see it has been respected so far, so good. Literally it touches it and it bounces out of it. That's a really good sign. But if we were to go ahead and see a breakdown, it's not going to be looking too good. And obviously I wouldn't be surprised if we were to go ahead and see a fake out where they shake everybody out, then we see this massive reversal and we just see it moon. I do see that being the possibility, but honestly, I just feel like Crody is just freaking taking his sweet time to do what it wants to do. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it's because we don't have enough people trading this back and forth. Today we did have some nice little trading volume, about 900,000, almost about 1 million in volume. But I could almost guarantee you a lot of those were a lot of swing traders, a lot of scalp traders, and probably a lot of bots trading this back and forth, right? So we just need this thing to go ahead and reverse. I do think, it will go ahead and do it. But honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, Crody has been testing my patience because worst case scenario is Crody doesn't take off in the next coming weeks. It's probably going to go ahead and take a while. And worst case scenario is that it just stays right here for a while before having that massive breakout, right? Now, what we're seeing that's very, very similar. It's actually Magic Internet Money, right? Which I want to talk about because we were talking about that a few days ago, and I was actually looking at that. Shout out to Vernon for telling us about Magic Internet Money. But Magic Internet Money is back at 1 million market cap, right? So I've actually did do a little bit of TA today this morning. So I do have some very critical areas that we should go ahead and take a look at together. So give me about 1 second as I get this fixed. Let's go ahead and read some comments real quick too. I get in my zone, guys, so I apologize. Okay, yeah, everything's good. Just feel free to go ahead and comment down below the project you want me to look at. If you're brand new to the stream, please share the smart contract down below. What I usually try to do is favorite most of these tokens. So when you do go ahead and ask for some TA, I could go ahead and pull it out in the charts, just like Vernon and who else? Ryan and Dab. We're going to go ahead and look at Alex Jones after this. But Magic Internet Money is what we're talking about right now, and we've been saying how bullish I believe this was as well. Magic Internet Money was a token from last bull run, which was actually on Ethereum. So that's where the hype came in. That's why when the time it came out, I actually got into Magic Internet Money at around, I think it was under like 20,000 market cap. I made a lot of freaking money on that. But obviously I sold. I wasn't holding on to that trade. I learned the hard way with Solana that you do not want to trade. You don't want to hold on to these tokens, guys. You want to just trade them. As soon as you get that 10x, take your profits. If you really believe in the project, take your double and initial out, and then just leave the rest for a moon bag and just continue to trade that. That's your best option with Solana meme tokens because developers or a big whale could just go ahead and rug the project any freaking moment, right? So that's actually what happened with Magic Internet Money. And then we had a massive pump with a massive dump following. And right now we are at over or a little bit under 88% down, which is what we want to see, right? We want to be buying when no one is buying. But what I do want to go ahead and mention is, I don't know why my freaking nose is getting itchy, bro. What I want to go ahead and mention is it looks like volume's picking up. And I've been eyeing this for a while, right? So I've been just kind of like thinking in my head where I could go ahead and deploy money in the next coming days as soon as I get paid. I already have a few options of where I want to deploy my capital, and Magic Internet Money has been one of those that I've been considering. The fact being, as I mentioned, it was a big meme or a big token last bull run on Ethereum. Magic Internet Money, you could go ahead and look it up. I think it was like some sort of token that provided liquidity, I think. I don't really know too much, but I know the hype was Magic Internet Money last bull run on Ethereum, so it might sound familiar to you. So we're going based off that narrative. Also, the website looks freaking cool. I really like the merch that they have. I don't know what's going on. I don't follow the Telegram, guys. I don't care about the Telegrams. I could care like I could give zero F's about the freaking Telegram. I could care about it, right? I don't care about any of that stuff. We're looking at the indicators in front of our face, which is the charts. Does it make sense? Are we seeing buying pressure? Are we seeing selling pressure? And that's it. The rest, it's extra points, right? The rest, if they have a good, solid working team, that adds on more to it, right? If they're, if the developer's active, that adds more to our analysis. But that doesn't matter. I don't check the Telegram groups in these, right, guys? I only look at the freaking TA charts. That's all I got to look at. To each his own on how you want to do your analysis. But I was looking at this website last time, Vernon told us, and what I found very cool was this Magic Internet Money debit card, right? So you can go ahead and use ZBEC for your instant swap for Solana, and it works as a prepaid card, right? So I believe this is non-KYC. I could be wrong. I know another platform did this. I can't remember what token it was, but we have been seeing a lot of Solana tokens offer this kind of solution. So it's not like something that's like, wow, like they freaking offer a debit card, but I do think it's pretty cool. And I also do think a lot of people are going to overhype it. Like a lot of people that have not been in this space for as long, these last couple months, they're gonna be like, oh snap, it has a freaking prepaid card, bro. They're so freaking bullish, and people are gonna get excited about it, right? So you gotta also think about like the emotional side of things. Like, how are people gonna react when they go onto the website, and are they gonna like it? Is it memeable? As I mentioned, this is the same token or the tokens inspired from the last bull run token, that the debit card is going to be very good. People are always going to hype up, oh, but they got merch, bro. The community's bullish. You know what I mean? But the merch is freaking fire. I'm not going to lie. It's freaking overpriced, but this merch is freaking fire. Even though they probably just slapped a freaking logo. It looks like they're probably using some sort of Shopify, website, probably print on demand or something. But like, honestly, I would load up on a few of these freaking hoodies. I think they look freaking cool. So with that being said, that's what a lot of people are going to be thinking. A lot of people are like, oh, dude, this is so freaking bullish. They got their own merch, and maybe their merch has to do something with a burning mechanism. Maybe they donate that money. Maybe it's a giveaway. I don't know. And as I mentioned, I don't care right now at the moment. We'll look into it, later down the line. But with that being said, I like the debit card feature. I think for me personally, the fact that let's say this is a non-KYC and the debit card's really, really good, and you can go ahead and use it a lot. I think, in my opinion, that's very, very, very bullish, right? Because I'm assuming a lot of you also transact a lot in crypto. I know I do. Everything I do, my everyday life revolves around crypto. So I literally have to use a debit card that's crypto in order for me to use my card and pay for bills, pay for my phone bill, my groceries, go out to eat, because that's the way I make money, right? Through crypto. So for me, a debit card is very, very efficient. So I don't have a traditional debit card where I go to the bank, bro. Like, it doesn't work for me that way, right? So I'm assuming a lot of you are probably dealing with the same thing, or probably have the option that you would rather be your own bank instead of dealing with your traditional banking system, right? So for me, I like the fact that this is very, very convenient. Instead of trading your money and then doing all this BS, having to send it to the bank, to your bank, and then wait a couple days and all that, I think this is very convenient. So for me, I'm bullish just alone on the debit card, but most importantly, the charts, guys. So right here, looking at the daily, we do see this point of control using the fixed range indicator. As I mentioned, this indicates and shows us where a lot of the volume is coming from, right? This could go ahead and act as a resistance. This could go ahead and act as a support. So meaning, if we do go ahead and break above this red line, guys, this is going to freaking full send. If it gets rejected at the red line, it doesn't mean it's over, but if it's not looking any well and it looks like there's more selling pressure, more than likely this thing's done, guys. This thing's going to go ahead and collapse. I really doubt that's going to be the case. So I do expect a massive breakout entering very, very soon. I was actually looking at this. I think it was either today or yesterday. So we're only about a 44% pump away from reaching these levels. So last time I checked, it was about an 88% pump. So I did tell myself that I was gonna go ahead and wait and be patient to see this breakout happen. But Magic Internet Money, guys, this is some freaking alpha right here. So shout out to Vernon for bringing that to our attention. This is the time you guys want to be buying. Not financial advice, but what I'm trying to tell you is that this is the time when you want to be buying, when a token is not doing shit. Because a lot of you tend to have the tendency to buy a token when it's up 300 freaking X, and then you freaking wonder why you're getting wrecked and you're being exit liquidity, because a lot of you, most of you, are probably buying over here, bro. You're probably buying over here. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be the person buying right here while everybody's freaking scared and getting freaking getting distracted by the next freaking shiny freaking meme token, as everybody's freaking getting wrecked and scared and chasing all these pumps. You're loading up. So by the time this thing takes off, you're deep in profits, bro. And you're the one dumping your liquidity onto somebody else to be their exit liquidity on, right? That's what you want to be. You don't want to be the person buying right here, bro. This is what most people buy. I could almost guarantee you most people buy within these ranges and then ask themselves why they start to lose money. Because you're buying the tops. You're buying when the hype is on. You don't want to be doing that. It's obviously obvious. You want to be buying before everybody else does, right? But this is what you want to do. You want to go ahead and look at what we just talked about, the website. You know, most importantly for me is the technical analysis, guys. I don't give an F about the website or any of that. The technical analysis looks bullish on Magic Internet Money. And now, with that being said, look at where Magic Internet Money could go depending on where you enter. We could be seeing over a 5x on Magic Internet Money, right? As I mentioned, it just depends on where you decide to enter. But we're looking at over a 5x on Magic Internet Money, in my opinion, that is going to go ahead and do very, very soon. I don't want to say overnight, but in the next coming weeks to months, I do expect Magic Internet Money to have a nice little run up. And this tells us right here over a 5x, right? So realistically, once we have these initial run ups, we have the same thing happen like what we see with a lot of the charts. You do the massive, you know, cup and handle pattern where we see this massive reversal. It pumps all the way up, it dumps, then we get some excitement, and then we reverse and we make new all-time highs, right? So you do not want to hold this forever. You want to go ahead and, as it's pumping, take your profits. It dumps 90%, people panic, you buy again, and you ride the wave, right? Most of these Solana tokens, guys, you want to go ahead and ride the wave. You do not want to go ahead and moonbag, depending on how it is, right? It just depends on the narrative on the token. And for me, I just rather not deal with that shit. I'd rather just enter my trade in and out and then just go into projects I actually believe in. I don't believe in any of these projects like Magic Internet Money. I believe in it, but is it going to be very, very big? I don't know. And I'm not taking a chance, right? But there is a few that are going to make it on the list, and that's what you have to be willing to do. You have to take the risk of diamond handing it, waiting for that to happen, that being your conviction play. So at the end of the day, guys, you want to stick to something that you believe in and you truly understand. So I understand all these tokens that I'm talking to you about. That's why I'm very confident in what I'm saying, because I understand them, right? So if I'm wrong, it is what it is, right? I'm okay with being wrong. This is the reason why you diversify your options. You have more than one option just in case you're wrong, right? So with that being said, we talked about the Trumps, we talked about the Bidens, we talked about the political party tokens, the narratives. I think, in my opinion, this is going to be the big meta this season, following alongside with the whole entire presidential election that we're having in the US, which is very, very big. I think it's going to be around November. So what I was actually talking about with Dabmaster, and you know, I was telling him, I was like, hey bro, like honestly, bro, what do you think is going to be the move with a lot of these tokens? He's like, honestly, man, I don't know. It's a hit or miss. They might run up following the freaking election. They might not. They might. That might be the end. Who freaking knows? And I'm like, damn, bro, I wish you had a better answer. And we all hope, we all wish we had that kind of answer, right? But at the end of the day, what I do think it could be a very similar buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So with a lot of these political tokens, such as Alex Jones, that it's at 4 million market cap, imagine what a token like this, once it starts getting that traction with these other political tokens, people are going to go ahead and start looking for those narratives, right? So I do think Alex Jones alone does have a lot of potential. I know they are doing a lot of big things. From what I've been hearing and what I've been doing my research on, they do like some comic books. I don't want to say comic books, but they do their own cartoon shows that you could go ahead and check on Twitter. So it's a very high community-driven project. So with that being said, I know how I talked all this shit about community-driven projects, but it depends, right? Sometimes some of the people don't have the best teams. Some people do have the best teams. So it's clear as day that Alex Jones has been investing a lot of money into their token, into their production of the cartoon. And to me alone, that tells me that this team is willing to take it to the next level, right? So you could actually go ahead and look into this yourself. They have some really funny animations. Like you can literally go ahead and listen to these. They're comical, bro. And you know, their traction on their Twitter alone is very, very freaking high too. Like their traction's pretty good, right? So they're also coming out with the game. What it seems like, as I mentioned, to me, most of this doesn't really matter. But when a chart doesn't really tell me much. And this chart right here looks bullish to me, right? We're obviously coming out of this head and shoulders pattern, but with this project right here, I don't know much about it. Like the chart hasn't done anything too crazy looking from it at this direction, right? But what I could go ahead and tell you is that the chart has been going up healthy, right? This kind of reminds me of Andy on base. You know, when you see this healthy run up where you don't see like massive whales really dumping this all the way down to zero, right? You could tell right away when it's a massive pump and dump, right? So we have been seeing this scale slightly up. So this is what I do like to go ahead and see. So to me, that makes sense. The fact that it looks like the team is working very hard on it behind the scenes. They only have about 2,000 holders, guys. That's freaking insane. And their volume's at 88,000, right? So I do think Alex Jones will be doing very well this bull run as well with all these political tokens. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, not the last one, but I do want to talk about Andy, right? This is very, very important in my opinion. So Andy right here on Solana. You know how bullish I've been on Andy on base? And a lot of people ask me, hey, John, is Andy on Solana the freaking move? Like, what Andy should I invest in? Should I invest the one in Blast, Base, ETH, Solana? And I'm like, bro, I don't freaking know. That's the reality. No one knows. Unless you have some damn insider information, you're going to know. And what I'm telling you about, you know how I was telling you about Alex Jones' chart looking very healthy? This is what a pump and dump looks like. This is what pump and dumps usually look like, whether it's an influencer pumping it, whales, a whole group of like snipers. It could be all sorts of things. Team manipulating the chart to dump it. A lot of things, right? So that's why I'm bullish on Alex Jones due to the fact of the chart. But as I mentioned, this is very common on Solana. We're here to make money, right? So I don't care about how the token did prior. You know, to me, this is bullish. I like to see this dump 90% because if you understand how to read charts and you understand narratives, you can predict a lot of these run-ups before they happen. This is where you want to be jumping in. With Andy alone, as I mentioned, I'm bullish on Andy on base. A few days ago, I told you I would never be touching any Solana tokens because Solana tokens, in my opinion, I'd said they're risky, right? My opinion has changed within these last couple of days. You're gonna be like, John, dude, that's hypocritical. You're like, why would you go ahead and change your opinion, bro? Because I'm here to freaking make money. I don't care if I don't like a token. I don't care if I don't like a blockchain. I'm here to make money. I don't care what token I gotta buy or trade to make money. That's what a real freaking trader and investor is. They're gonna jump into what makes sense. And Solana makes sense, whether you want to agree with me or not. I've been the biggest bear with Solana meme tokens, guys. Keep that in mind. Biggest freaking bear. But the reason why I switched my opinion before I go on to Andy on base is because I showed you this chart with Solana slash Bitcoin dominance. So Solana meme tokens have been taking over these last couple months. Obviously, a lot of you haven't been living under a rock, and you guys have been seeing that. But to me, I've dabbled into Solana tokens since November because of Vernon telling me, I think it was, what token were you telling me, bro? I think it was Bonk, maybe? You told me about Bonk at the time. I jumped into that. And I realized that when you're trading these Solana meme tokens, they typically have the one-to-one with what the underlying asset's doing, right? So if Solana is going up, usually a lot of these higher cap Solana tokens follow right behind it. For example, I entered this trade on Pepe earlier. It looks like I'm actually in profits already, so not too much, about 11 bucks, just because I wanted to see how this position would work out for me. I'll go ahead and consider adding more to this, but before I get distracted and I'm losing track of what I was saying, anyways, Solana dominance. So Solana is obviously showing massive dominance in this sector. I've been the person that has dabbled with Solana meme tokens. I've gotten wrecked. I've lost a lot of money. I've made a lot of money. But honestly, I think Solana, in my opinion, has been probably the worst blockchain that I've ever experienced with. I think you go through all the freaking emotions on the freaking psychological chart of emotions. You literally go all through them in less than 15 minutes. And it is very stressful in my opinion, and 9 out of 10 you're gonna get rugged. So what I've been noticing the play is with a lot of these Solana meme tokens, instead of sniping them early like I used to snipe them, early. I used to be the one risking when they were at 10,000 market cap, and I would hit it big, and you will hit it big, but the chances are you're probably gonna get rug pulled most of the time, right? So that's why I stepped away. But when I took a chance and I looked at Solana slash BTC, this is actual facts telling us that Solana inflow is and interest is there as compared to any other token. Last bull run, the interest was Ethereum. So let me go ahead and show you this chart. So you can go ahead and say, hey John, but you freaking said Solana sucks, a few days ago. Yeah, so what, bro? I'm here to freaking make money. I don't care. I'm not here to be freaking right. And neither should you. Neither of you should be freaking falling in love with the freaking blockchain. Like, you're here to make money. It doesn't matter if you're in freaking Avalanche, Solana, freaking, it doesn't matter what blockchain. You got to switch and pivot into any blockchain that's telling you where money's going to be at. You don't want to be freaking, getting connected to these freaking blockchains and then, oh, I only trade freaking Solana because that's all I could trade. It's like, bro, you're missing out on money. I don't care what token I got to trade. I'll trade any token as long as it makes me money, right? And that should be your same mindset if you're here to make money. But anyways, this is Ethereum. This is what we're seeing with Ethereum right here. Last bull run, we saw right here Ethereum dominance start to go up. And this is where we started to have the risk on with Ethereum tokens. And Ethereum back then on last bull run was seen as a degenerate token, right? We've noticed that Ethereum hasn't been performing too well. I mean, look at this chart. Ethereum slash BTC. BTC has actually been performing Bitcoin, right? And we're going to talk about this altcoin season in another live stream, but this is a confirmation that altcoin season is also coming for Ethereum. But that's a whole different video, a whole different live stream. So smash that subscribe button if you are brand new right now. And we'll talk about this another time. But Solana is doing the same thing. I mean, look at this right here. This is where Solana is at right now. Solana is at this stage right here, where Ethereum was last bull run. This is where Solana is at right now. And look at what Ethereum did. It broke out. This is where Solana is at right now. Same exact freaking pattern. The same freaking pattern of this cup and handle pattern. So it's showing that the dominance of Solana is higher than the dominance of Bitcoin, meaning more people are willing to go ahead and throw their profits from Bitcoin onto Solana, right? There's more dominance in that area as opposed to any other secondary altcoin, right? So that tells me that there's going to be a lot of massive money going into Solana. So with that being said, this is the reason why my point of view has changed with Solana, right? Because I wasn't planning on investing on Solana anymore. I was literally going all in on Base. And even though I do think Base is going to do very well, I think Solana is going to do freaking crazy numbers. And what I'm looking for is to trade my money from Solana and move it into the projects I actually believe in. Most of these Solana positions, in my opinion, are going to be just opportunities and boats for you to go ahead and get that chance for you to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 extra money, take profits and throw them into the higher cap tokens, such as, you know, Base, in my opinion, is going to probably be like the best when it comes to the degening, because I don't think Solana is going to be able to take it, bro. Let's be honest, Solana has been having a lot of congestion issues these last couple years since last bull run. Same shit has been happening, and I don't think Solana is going to be able to take what it has in order to go ahead and be able what it has to do, right? So I do expect Solana later down the future start to have more problems, and I think that's where the transition from Solana to Base is going to happen. But until that happens, we'll start worrying about it. And this is the reason why, for me personally, I would never throw my money into anything on Andy besides Andy on Base and ETH. But I just came across Andy on Solana, and I was looking at the chart, dude, and this also looks like it's going to have a breakout very soon. The same exact patterns that we're talking about, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, cup and handle pattern. As I'm telling you, yes, it looks scary to get into these zones, but this is where you want to start to buy in. You don't want to be buying in right here. See, by the time most of you are going to be freaking buying, most of you are probably going to be buying as this thing starts to pump. You guys are going to be like, damn, I should have listened to that guy, John. You know, he was freaking right. He called 5-10 different projects. And I'm not no wizard. It's just common sense of what usually happens. You know what I mean? You just have to go ahead and be aware of it. And a lot of you are going to see these run-ups, and you're going to see my gains. You're going to see me be up like 5, 10, 20, 30x. And I'm going to be telling you about it. And so is a lot of people. And you're going to get FOMO. So you're going to go ahead and be like, oh, snap, like, he got in it. Let me go ahead and jump in. And by the time you jump in, bro, I'm going to be selling my bag on you. So you decide, what person do you want to be? Do you want to be the person making money with me, or do you want me to be the person selling my bag to you at a higher price? As I cash out, laugh to the bank, it crashes, you're crying, you probably sold it at a freaking loss. And then I go ahead and buy the token you just sold again at a loss, and now it pumps again, and you're mad because you just sold as soon as it freaking reversed. And this is exactly what a lot of these tokens are going to do. This is the reason why I'm planning to rotate my money around in Solana and just swing trade these trades. You know, a lot of these trades are going to be giving you anywhere between a 10 to a 5x, right? So if you put, you know, $2,000, you make you do a 5x, it's about 10 grand. You go into another token, you rinse and repeat. You could be literally clearing 30, 40, $50,000 freaking days or weeks in the next coming weeks. This is what we're getting for what people like to call, I guess, DeFi summer, right? So Andy's looking very good. We have Kitty, we have AMC that runs together with GME. If you want to know how those plays are going to be doing, I suggest all of you to look at what's going on with the stock market on that. But that's my narrative on Andy on Solana. I think this is going to be one of those plays where I think, in my opinion, Base is going to be the play for Andy. But I don't care. I'm not going to go ahead and choose a side. I'm here to make money. So wherever it's showing me and giving me signs that it's going to make me money, if it's Andy on freaking ETH, then I guess I'll jump on Andy on ETH, bro. I don't freaking know. All right, but Andy on ETH also looks like it's doing this reversal as well. This thing has been listed on multiple exchanges. So even this alone has already achieved over a 61 million market cap. I told a lot of you that as Base on Andy starts to reverse and pump back up, Andy on Base is going to be reaching over an 80 million market cap in the next coming weeks. And right now it's at an 18 million market cap. Its all-time high was at 30 million market cap. I don't know where the freaking chart's at. It's right here. So this is what my conviction play is. I've been holding on to Andy on Base since back over here. And I've just been dollar cost averaging. And I'm looking to go ahead and add more to my bag, because I told a lot of you that I do believe the next run-up is going to be a 10x, which is going to be roughly taking us about 60 to 80 million market cap, I believe. If I did the math right, that'd be around 60 to 80 million market cap. I think maybe actually 100. But anyways, it's between those ranges. So for me, my conviction plays are Base tokens, but I think Solana tokens are going to be the best to swing trade and make your money. Solana is going to be the move this season, in my opinion, to make all those swing trades, throw them into your conviction plays on ETH, on Base, on what other blockchain you believe in, and then from there on, we run up the end of the market with some very nice fat backs. Hey Jalen, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one. Steve, how's it going, Steve? Oh, we got to look at Let's Freaking Go. That's what we got to look at. I forgot, Ryan. My apologies. Andy on ETH is listed on the most exchanges, and Crash and Max are behind Andy on ETH. Yes. The Jones community appreciates you. I appreciate you, Dabmaster. That video on Jones is coming soon, by the way. I was supposed to do it today, man, but I got carried away. So I'll get it done. I'll get it done by the end of this week. I just wanted to see how the market would be doing. I like to go ahead and talk about a lot of these projects when they have a confirmation or a breakout, or when we start having the market do good. Because if I post a video on a project and the market's not doing good, it's not going to get traction. But if I post a video like when it's a project, like let's say on Andy, and it's doing bad, it's not going to get the traction. So I try to go ahead and have a lot of these communities take advantage of when I make content for them when the market's doing well, right? So I was just waiting to see how the market's doing. So the market's doing well now, so I will be coming out with that Alex Jones video very, very soon. For sure by the end of this week, I'll have it done. And I will be doing a lot of updates with other tokens as well, including Magic Internet Money. Jackson, how's it going, Jackson? How are you doing, Jalen? Is that a taco as your profile picture? Looks like a taco. I don't know why. Steve, how's it going, bro? The Andy on ETH chart looks better to me than the one on Sol, but who knows? I'm buying Base, ETH, and Sol. Haven't touched Andy on Blast yet, though. Yeah, I haven't touched Andy on Blast. A lot of people are like, dude, Andy on Blast because it's yellow. I was like, I guess that makes sense, but dude, I don't know, dude. I just feel like Blast is just like, I don't know. Maybe. See, the thing is, guys, you also don't want to be doing too much at the same time, because let's say you're running 5 different blockchains and you're trading 5 different blockchains. You have a job to worry about. You're probably running a business. You have kids. You have family. You know, you have a wife. You have a husband. If you could keep up with all that shit at the same time, props to you. But to me, I think this shit's already complicated enough. I think DeFi is complicated as fuck. Base is complicated. Freaking Solana is complicated. Ethereum is complicated. The only reason why I'm able to pick up on this a little bit quicker is because I've been doing this since back in since last bull run. I dove very, very heavily into DeFi, but I've been in this crypto space since 2017, and still till this day, a lot of this shit is very, very hard to me, right? So like, to me, I can't stretch myself with learning too many blockchains like that, right? Unless that was my only focus. And that's what I'm saying. You have to keep in mind, what do you want to do? Do you want to leverage trade? Do you want to freaking, do you want to swing trade? What do you want to do, right? Or do you just want to dollar cost average into a lot of your positions? You have to go ahead and ask yourself that as well, because I've tried leverage trading options in the stock market and doing all this shit at the same time, and it didn't work out for me. Maybe I wasn't organized, I don't know, but for me, I would rather only do one thing at a time. If I'm swing trading, I'm going to stick to swing trading. If I'm going to be doing, some sort of something else, I'm only going to stick to that. Like right now, if I'm going to be trading, I don't like trading when I'm live streaming, because typically I always lose money every time I trade when I'm on live. That's literally what freaking always happens. So right now I'm in a small position. I'm not even paying attention to it, and I'm probably going to get wrecked. But I put in such a small position that I hope that's not the case. And hopefully by the time I end the stream, I get the chance to actually go ahead and trade. But you have to decide what you want to do, right? For me personally, I'm okay with Solana. I understand Solana pretty well. I understand Base pretty well, and I understand Uniswap really well. So I understand ETH very well, Solana, BNB, and Base. So I know 4 blockchains like really freaking well, in my opinion. Like I already know how to navigate this, but this is why I told a lot of you these last couple weeks, if you're brand new to the channel, it's fine. But I've been telling my community early on, these last couple months, these last couple weeks, start learning this shit so by the time the market starts taking off, you're not the one left behind. If you don't know how to use trading bots, if you don't know how to go ahead and use base, if you don't know how to go ahead and, do a bridge, whatever the case is, swap into a token, or how to buy freaking Ethereum or whatever the case is on a DEX, you're going to be the one getting wrecked, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you're not using these tools to your advantage, you're going to be the one getting wrecked when the market's taking off. The only people that make money in this market are the people that are ready and understand how this market moves. But if you're not ready and you're not using the right tools, you're going to get wrecked. Guarantee you, someone that understands the narratives a lot better, understands the way the market moves, and has better tools than you is always going to do better. And that's just facts, right? So if you're still freaking trading on an exchange like a freaking Jupiter or Radium, bro, and you're doing that with Solana meme tokens, good luck. Good luck when the congestion starts coming in. We literally just saw Google actually just said that on Phantom Wallet, or actually it was Apple, Phantom Apple, you're going to go ahead and see this right here. And we actually talked about this, I believe it was yesterday on yesterday's stream. And we talked about how Phantom Wallet climbs Apple Store app. Is this a bullish sign for Solana? So this is giving us a clear indication alongside with the freaking chart that I just showed you. This backs my freaking narrative of what I'm telling you, that Solana is going to be big. And I've been the biggest Solana hater, guys. I've never freaking liked Solana. Since last bull run, I've never liked it, and I still don't like Solana. But I don't care. I'm here to make money. And this is telling us, this is obvious. Phantom Wallet climbs Apple App Store charts. Bullish sign for Solana. So as you can see, a lot of people are downloading the Phantom Wallet on Apple. This is also a clear sign backing with what I just mentioned. So maybe this is retail finally starting to get in. I don't know. I don't think retail's here yet. I don't think we are there yet at the moment. I think, when it's going to be getting very, very crazy, and I think most retail is probably going to start getting attention, is going to be when Bitcoin makes new all-time highs. That's typically what always happens, Let's go ahead and look at this. Wall Street. Look at this. This is where I think we are, in my opinion, of this chart, right? So I'm not sure if any of you have never seen this chart, but this is the chart that they say that they use on us for the market. And it's actually crazy because how I was telling you Solana, you go through all these emotions within the first 15 minutes that a token launches. It's freaking insane. Yeah, it is freaking hard, dude. I agree with you. Dab says, no worries, bro, when the time is right for the community. I appreciate you, man. I'll do always the best. I think your thesis on Solana versus base is on point. I appreciate it, man. Jalen, is your profile picture a taco? I swear that looks like a taco. Like, I just can't get your, I'm looking at your picture right now. I just can't see it. Like, it looks like a taco to me. I don't know. It looks like a taco costume. I don't know. It just brought my attention. Jackson says, so true. It's hard to keep track of 10 different blockchains and leverage if you have other responsibilities. I agree, guys. See, even I do this freaking full time. Like, I'm in crypto. Like, my job revolves around crypto. So I'm in the crypto markets 24/7, right? So this is the only reason why I'm able to keep track of a lot of information and look at the charts a little bit more than the average person. But overall, I even still feel like I don't have enough time to keep track of all this new shit. There's just too much. This space is too much. And this is why I'm telling you, for me personally, I like to do better when if I'm trading or getting into positions myself, I like to do this with no distractions. And I like to do them on my own, right? But in my opinion, I think what's very important is to stick to groups and communities that understand all of this, right? This is what kind of breaks it down for you. I spend more time than probably most of you looking at charts, looking at the market, understanding what's going on with the market. And that's the value that I could provide a lot of you guys, and time that I could go ahead and give to you instead of you guys doing all of this. So like what I'm showing you and telling you is hours that I've spent every day, years that I've looked into this. You know what I mean? This is not just like John thinks this is what's going to happen. No, I really put a lot of this into consideration. You know, what I'm doing is not only helping me become a better trader and investor, but my goal is to help all of you as well, right? So if you don't have the same time, and a lot of people are like, dude, you spend too much time on this. Well, that's all I freaking do. I do this 7 days a freaking week, bro. I don't go out. I just stay home, look at charts, look for opportunities, learn how to use these blockchains, and that's what I do. That's my freaking free time. My hobby is crypto. That's literally all I freaking do. I work in crypto, and my hobby is crypto. So I'm in this space literally 24 freaking 7. So and also because I work in crypto, I have to know what's going on 24 freaking 7. So I'm in that position where I could go ahead and provide that information, right? But even then, there's only so much I could go ahead and do at the same time. So I would suggest all of you, if you know a friend, if you have a close friend that you could talk to or reach out to that could give you information like this, or if you don't, you know, obviously smash that subscribe button and join the community. We'll love to have you here. But I spend a lot of time in here, right? So everything that I'm saying is all time, energy, freaking, you know, tears of getting wrecked, and it's just my information passed on to you, right? So that helps you as well for your trading ability. So when I'm telling you, you know, start getting ready to learn these blockchains, understand how to use these platforms, I'm telling you based on experience. I'm telling you, trust me, when this thing starts to take off, if you weren't here last bull run, you're going to freaking regret it, especially if you were in this live stream and you were too freaking lazy because you didn't want to freaking learn how to do it. You just wanted the freaking alpha. And that's a lot of people. That's why I don't feel bad for people that get wrecked in this market anymore. I used to feel bad. I'm like, oh, dude, that freaking sucks. No. People are I'm going to show you this chart, and I'm going to tell you, this is exactly how we are as humans, right? We're very freaking predictable creatures. Like, I think we're probably one of the most predictable creatures in this earth, if we live in Earth, right? We're so predictable. Like, it's not even funny how we're so predictable. They have a damn chart of how the market's going to react, and it usually plays out this way. It's freaking insane. Can't make that shit up. Check this out. The Wall Street cheat sheet. So I recommend all of you, if you've never seen this chart, this is going to change your life. It might almost kind of scare you, because I feel like when you're looking at this, you're going to be like, dude, I went through all of that. Like, I remember going through all these feelings. Let's see if I could download it. We probably don't want to download that. Let's see if we could save image as, same thing. Let me go ahead and save the image, and I'm going to do it on so we can go ahead and actually zoom in, because I can't see snappers, bro. Like, I can't see anything. I need glasses to begin with, and having a freaking bright light shine on my face while I'm live streaming also doesn't help me at all. But I guess I'll just download it. Here, I'll go ahead. We'll open that right here, and we'll zoom in so that way I could see too, because I can't freaking see anything. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I don't think I downloaded correctly. Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. So we're gonna do Notepad. Can we get it on Notepad? What is this, man? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me go ahead and re-download it. Let me do another one. This is like very, I used to have it saved up on my computer prior, until my computer got wrecked. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. PNG. maybe this would come out. Okay, I think this one looks a little better. Okay, this works. We'll use this one. I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Okay, so it's saved. Awesome possum. So let me go ahead and show you this real quick. And a lot of you might be mind blown. I don't know. Well, when I found out about this, I was like, dude, this is freaking insane. Mog is flying today. Dude, I was literally just looking at Mog, Steve. We're gonna look at Mog right now. This is insane. But check this out. Before we start looking at Mog and all those other stuff. So this is the Wall Street cheat sheet. So I recommend all of you to print it if you can. Probably put it in the back. Put it somewhere on your desk. Somewhere where you can freaking look at this every day and understand how the market's playing you and I, right? This is why I told you earlier that Solana goes through all the freaking emotions on the freaking psychological chart in like less than 15 minutes typically, right? When the token goes live and all of this, right? So let's go ahead and read through this very, very quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you my opinion where we currently are at in the market, okay? So we start off right here with hope. A recovery is possible. You're hoping that's going to happen. Then you have optimism. This rally is really real. Oh my gosh, it's really real. You get the belief. You start getting the belief right here. Time to get fully invested. This is where most people probably start throwing most of their freaking money. Then you have thrill. I will buy more on margin. Gotta tell everybody. This is by the time you're telling everybody, or like every influencer is like telling everybody and their mom, and everybody's getting freaking excited, right? By this time, you start reaching euphoria where you're like, dude, I'm a freaking genius. I'm going to be rich. I'm the freaking smartest trader ever. And all of this, right? This is where you start making a lot of money and you can't even believe it. That you start getting an ego. You start getting cocky to this. You're like, ooh, dude, I'm the freaking best. You're probably like, I don't got to listen to John anymore. I made so much freaking money. I don't got to listen to nobody. And this is where it starts dumping, right? And you're like, oh yeah, we just need to go ahead and cool off, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. This is where you start getting anxiety. This is where the market starts falling down, and you're like, shit, like what's gonna go on? You might start to get closer to your getting liquidated. It says right here, why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than expected. This is where you're like, dude, there's no freaking way it's going to dump anymore, right? By this time, you entered the denial phase, man. My investments are with great companies. They will come back. This is where the token has dumped 90 freaking percent. And you're like, but I believe on the influencer, man. There's no way that influencer could lie to me. There's no way that Frank could go ahead and tell me that, right? By this time, you're panicking, bro. Everybody's freaking selling. And I'm going to show you a chart that we just looked at. AMC, GME, Crody, freaking what else, bro? Andy on freaking Solana, Magic Internet Money, same freaking chart, bro. This is the reason why I laugh at this, right? Because it's actually quite scary how predictable this is. And you'll notice a lot of these charts do the same exact thing. And this is because of how humans react. Like there's literally a chart of how humans react, and you could actually look at a freaking chart on the crypto market or whatever the case is, stock market, and it literally almost follows identically to this. It's almost kind of scary, right? And then right here by this time we're like, yeah, I'm getting out of this market. I can't afford to lose no more. So by this point you're probably taking like a 90 to 80% hit. You get angry at the market, man. I've been through all these emotions, and I go through them multiple times. I'm sure a lot of you have too, especially trading Solana shitcoins. You start getting the anger. You're like, who the heck freaking shorted this market? Why did the government allow this to happen? How could this be possible? Then you start entering a depression state, man. This is like probably like the worst part in my opinion. Like not only did you go through the anxiety, denial, panic, but now you're going through depression. This is like the freaking worst, bro, in my opinion. You're like, my retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot. This is where you're like, dude, I'm so freaking dumb. Like I should have never done that. And then the market starts reversing. You're in disbelief. You're like, this is a sucker's rally. By this time, bro, this is where I think we're in the market. A lot of people are freaking shorting Bitcoin. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you in the right mind short Bitcoin right now? Because this is where most people are in. They're in this depression phase. A lot of people are tired of this market, dude. They're like, you know what? I've lost so much freaking money. This is not real. This pump is fake. It's not going to happen. So I believe we're in this disbelief rally going into this hope. I think hope is going to be triggered once we start having Bitcoin hit $85,000. And that's why I've been cheering for $85,000, because I believe, in my opinion, that $85,000 is going to be the trigger point that's going to hit a lot of people psychologically, where people are going to feel more confident and more comfortable. Why confident, comfortable? Confident because you're going to be making money. You're going to be making 10, 20, 30, 40, even 100x's. You're going to be turning $1,000 into $20,000, maybe into $100,000. And this is by the time when you're like, oh snap, dude, like this is real. Like I actually have this kind of money in my face. I wouldn't say my hand, because I guess unless you're holding your freaking phone is in your hand, but that's what you're going to be going through. And our goal, we're not going to nail it right, because we're going to be going through these emotions. It's easier said than done. You know, we could go ahead and sit here, laugh, talk about all these emotions, but we've all been through these, man. And the depression one's the freaking worst one, because that's when you're freaking losing your mind. You're literally losing your mind in crypto. If you're able to survive these markets without having like a mental breakdown, bro, like I don't think that's possible. Go on Twitter and see how many people have had mental breakdowns. I've had plenty of freaking mental breakdowns in crypto. Not ever publicly. Some people lose them publicly, man. Some people on Twitter, you know, crypto, YouTube, have these mental breakdowns publicly. I haven't had one yet, and I hope I would not have one to this point. But this is the freaking worst, right? And what I'm trying to tell you is that we could be laughing right here, right now, and talking about this, but in reality, we're going to be probably blinded as well. And the goal is that we're not blinded by this. The goal is that we're accountable for one another, and we got each other's back. And you're maybe like, if there's a point where I'm getting too thrilled or I'm getting that euphoria, I hope all of you are spamming chat and freaking telling me, John, it's time to freaking sell. Because that's what we have to have each other's back for, right? Because we're probably going to go through a lot of these phases together, and we're not even going to realize it. And then we're going to be the idiots probably buying euphoria, longing right here at the top and getting wrecked. And that's what we definitely don't want to happen, because last bull run, I was right here. I was in like thrill. I started the bull run last crypto bull run. I was around the thrill side of things. So I was already at the top of the market. So I only got to witness the thrill to the euphoria. And then I saw the market just dump. And it's happened to me since 2017. In 2017, I also got exposed to crypto in the thrill area. By that time, that's when you're hearing it all over the news. You're hearing about these YouTubers, you know, these influencers making all this kind of money. And by that time, a lot of people are jumping in, right? But by that time, that is usually the top of the market. So if you look at this chart, even with Joe Budden alone, I could guarantee you a lot of people went through those same emotions. If you go ahead and go to Crody, I could guarantee you, I'm even going through those emotions right now where I'm getting pissed off at this, and I'm like, dude, this thing, when is it going to freaking moon already? And I could guarantee you that by the time I sell out my Crody, which I'm not, this thing's going to freaking moon. So we have to be patient, but this is very similar. Look, same thing with Crody. The same exact emotions. Same shit. Same thing with freaking AMC. Same thing with Andy as well. It's the same exact thing, right? So keep this in mind. This is why I always laugh when people are like, oh no, you know, AI is bad for us because, you know, having self-driving vehicles is bad for the environment. Dude, having self-driving vehicles will probably save like most of the population. because humans are just freaking dumb. I'm gonna be honest with you. We just act on too many emotions, right? We sometimes don't think logically, and I'm speaking on myself too, because we could sit here and talk about all these technicals, and at the end of the day, I think the emotions are what really hits most of the people, right? So realistically, this is the reason why usually AI trading bots are always going to outdo a human, because they go based off logic, percentages, and numbers. They don't go based off freaking how they're feeling. You know, if the bot's up 50% and they were programmed to take profits at 50%, well, guess what? The bot's going to take profits at 50%. It doesn't matter when moon, you know? So that's what I wanted to show you a little bit. It's easier said than done, in my opinion. I think it's a lot harder going through all those emotions. But let's go ahead and take a look at MOG, because I was actually looking at that not that long ago. See, the thing I don't like about MOG is a freaking supply, bro. This supply is way too freaking high. Trillions, like, trillions is not even cool anymore, in my opinion. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I just feel like trillions is not cool anymore. But one thing I could go ahead and tell you is that we do see this massive double bottom pattern right here, right? So that is very bullish for us to go ahead and witness. So that's a good sign. It's definitely giving us a sign of a bullish indicator, getting ready towards that breakout to the upside. So it is definitely giving us that sign of that breakout. Kind of reminds me of the Solana's chart. But we do expect a lot of these tokens to also have this very similar pattern, right? So yeah, MOG is one of those that I've been eyeing too. But like my question is to all of you guys, how high do you really think MOG could go? Like, do you think MOG is going to be able to approach a 4 billion market cap? I know a lot of people, especially Crash, has been going on this narrative that a lot of these tokens are going to hit 4 billion market cap. But see, the thing is, the difference between last bull run and now is that last bull run, we didn't have that many freaking meme tokens. Last bull run, we didn't have this accessibility to meme tokens as we do now, right? So now we have this accessibility for meme tokens. So this is kind of the reason why, in my opinion, I think, I don't want to say that we're not going to hit that 4 billion market cap, but I just feel like a lot of tokens could do that, right? This is a freaking cool website. I've always wondered what the hype with the MOG freaking glasses were. These are pretty freaking cool, man. Like, they're actually a lot cheaper than I thought. I didn't know they were 130. I thought they were going to be like $300 or something like that. Is this actually like MOG's website? Because this is actually freaking funny. Double click to add the title. It's pretty clever. I like it. Pretty cool. MOG is flying. Yeah, so let's see how my freaking Pepe position is doing. It's doing okay. Let's see if we could do any quick TA on this. Yeah, so with that being said, guys, like, we'll see where things go. I mean, I do expect this week to continue to be bullish, but that's pretty much it on my end. Let me go ahead and look at the Pepe chart real quick. And we should be considering positioning ourselves, in my opinion, again, into the Solana meme tokens and, sorry, the Ethereum tokens. Because I just showed you that Ethereum / BTC chart, that ETH / BTC. And you know how I was telling you, how I mentioned to you earlier, I'll go ahead and talk to you about it in another video. Where if you're still watching, because I know a few of you already left, once we see this breakout to the upside, this is where a lot of the altcoins are going to go ahead and start to take off. This is where a lot of the ETH meme tokens will start to take off. So this is where I believe base will also take off, right? So with that being said, go ahead and make sure to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Use my links down below. New partner Blofin and KSEC, no KYC. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I really do appreciate every one of you being here today. Steve, Jackson, Jalen with a taco costume on a profile picture, Dabmaster, Jackson, appreciate you. Vernon, great to see you, my guy. Ryan, you as well, dude. Long time no see. Glad to see you here now. It's been such a long time, and happy. And anybody else that's watching, I really appreciate every one of you. And I'll catch all of you, tomorrow. So I hope all of you have a great rest of your day.